from around the world right now. The only place in the world that takes raw people's testimony and shares it. Whether it be UFOs, alien abductions, we want to hear it all. The world wants to hear it because people out there know we're not alone. I've got photographs, videos of people that are submitted on a daily basis. Not everybody. Unfortunately, I can't share all the imagery that comes in. I try to get it all out there. And that's pretty, that's what it's all about. It's the movement of third phase of moon. Let's get to callers right now. That's what it's all about. 250, you're live, third phase. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Blake.
Yeah, hello.
Eric Drain
Good
here.
evening. Welcome to the show. I know you've been sharing incredible art, imagery that you've created. Can we share it to the world tonight?
I hope you do. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, you got the slideshow ready, so that's people are going to be in for a treat tonight. On third phase, I'm really happy that this imagery that you've created just out of your mind. Where did this all come from? Tell us. How did you get started?
Well, over the years, I've been working in 3D animation and creating 3D images, and along the way, I just decided to do some pieces to kind of give a clear picture of what people might see or what you think you might have seen, or, we get a lot of blurry photographs and blurry images. I thought I might just take some of the classic craft and, kind of bring it to life so people can get a clear view of those things.
Wow, Eric, it is hyper real in its own sense, the way you have. What's kind of cool about this and what you did is there's a lot of videos out there of, flying discs, flying saucers, cigar-shaped UFOs, you name it, all shapes and sizes. And they just, digital HD is pretty good, but it's still not as good as we'd like. And in your sense, you're almost kind of like filling in that space, that kind of, now we know what they look like up close.
That's kind of my goal, Blake, is maybe to put an image up that someone can say, hey, that's what I saw, or, just to give them something tangible to hang on to.
There's a few that really stand out to me, and one of them is this flying disc. Kind of, it almost seems like I've seen this before in my dreams, almost, and it's this disc in a sunlit setting with trees, and it's a really nice glowy atmosphere about it. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I do. Thank you. Yes, I do.
It's amazing that image that you created.
Thank you.
Tell us, have you ever come across a flying saucer up close and personal?
Well, no, not up close and personal, but as I put on in one of my DVDs, I know we're not alone because of the things that I have seen, and I have had multiple occasions to see things in the sky, and yeah.
Let me ask you this: How long have you been following Third Phase of Moon?
Let me see. I've been following Third Phase probably for the past year. Really impressed with what you're doing. I love the effort that you're putting into bringing the information out, and I know you can't be responsible for everything that people send in, but you're putting it out there like you get it, and really, it's mind-blowing what you're doing.
Well, this is the question, and thank you very much. We get a lot of videos from around the world. Was any of these images that you created artistically based on some of the videos that you've seen on Third Phase?
Well, what I really like to say is that I made a point of using models of some of what I would call the classic craft, from sightings that we've heard of over the many years, and try to just put those into a setting that, someone could relate to. So, yes, I would say yes.
Wow, that's awesome. Let me ask you, I got this DVD that you sent me. It's called UFOs, USOs, IFOs, ?
Yes.
Soft Touch California. How do you say it? Zoft?
No, it's Zoft Touch, and it's .ca because we're based out of Canada. The website is. I'm a U.S. citizen, but the website's out of Canada. So that Zoft Touch, XOFTOUCH.ca, is where we're marketing the book. the DVD.
Well, cool, man. We're gonna put the links on the description for everybody to check it out. Let me ask you,
Thank you.
what is IFOs? What's that all about? Is it identified flying objects?
Exactly. You and I both know that probably some of the things that people see may be reverse engineered or corporate sponsored craft. Not everything we see is extraterrestrial, but that doesn't mean it's not extraterrestrial in origin. So I believe that.
Some of the imagery almost looks straight out of. You put your own twist on Battlestar Galactica and these Cylon ships. It seems. But
exactly. Yeah. I'm glad you like
reverse
that.
Engine. Did you ever? Yeah. Cool. Go ahead. What was your inspiration behind that? That image?
Exactly what you said. The concept that aircraft companies probably get their hands on some of these ideas, and the military, of course, trying to manufacture or remanufacture, reverse engineer craft to whatever they're going to do with it, But yeah, just to try to represent the reverse engineered technology.
There was it's happening. It's really happening for sure. You state something about your grandfather, your father. It all started then, or something that inspired you.
Oh yeah, my dad. Way back. Well, way back in the '60s, just peering around the corner, watching War of the Worlds, and that started a spark for me right there. Excuse me. The concept of someone visiting our planet, and I think I've had my eyes to the sky since then. I used to listen to Dr. Stan Friedman and his speeches, and Linda Howe and Dr. Greer. Just the power of what they're doing, moving forward disclosure. I think this is the time. People are not just aware, but too many people are seeing things to continue to deny the existence.
Well, I think you kind of nailed it basically on the testimony from millions of people from around the world in regards to what alien grays look like. You captured this alien gray in a situation that pretty much brings it to life with the three fingers. Did you base it on how many? You must have based it on stories that you've heard.
Well, when I go for my models, when I search for models and create models and modify models, I want to keep it close to what I think the visions of what people are seeing and what I would expect to see.
Wow, Eric, it's been these photos or these images that you created are going to be seen by the world. I hope everybody takes a look at the link, zoftouch.ca. That's for Canada. Check his link out below. His imagery is quite incredible. It might inspire and cause a sudden recall of an encounter that you had that you maybe didn't realize that's what you saw.
That's my goal. That's my goal, Blake, is to just put something out there and hoping that when people go through the images, they see something that does give some clarity to an image that, that they really thought they saw or maybe did see, but they can say, hey, that's what I saw, rather than trying to describe it. So that's why I try to put a little diversity in there.
I think you pretty much did it there, Eric. Appreciate it. Hey, if you want to stand by, we're going to be getting to live callers right here at Third Phase of Moon. Appreciate you sharing the imagery to the world.
I'll be happy to stand by, Blake. Thank you.
Great. Everybody, this is Blake Cousins. You're hearing it right now. Third Phase of Moon is taking calls live. So share your UFO stories to the world right now. We'll be right back. Unidentified flying objects captured by you, the people. This is what it's all about. People have their cameras ready, their eyes on the skies. People are waking up. We're not alone. This is Blake Cousins back with Third Phase of Moon Radio, getting to callers right now. Let's get to it. Area code 415. You're live. Third Phase of Moon. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Hi,
Hello,
this is 415. Blake.
Excellent. Welcome to the show. The major exercises going on. I saw an unmarked airplane, as a matter of fact, just off the Hamakua coast at a really low level. It almost looked 3 times the size of a commercial airliner. It had no windows. and it was very slow, and it made no noise. So there's something going on. What it is, we really can't put our pulse on. Simple military exercises, maybe, but maybe something else. What are you thinking? Or have you heard something?
No, I just have heard in the past that there are a lot of unidentified lights around Kauai Harbor, around the area that had an old canal over by the that old fire station. And there's always lights around there, but since it's been raining so much, I just wondered whether or not that had affected any sightings.
Well, not so much that I've heard of the past few days as far as rain or what have you, but I know there's been a lot of flooding going on, unusual weather. But I could tell you at Kauai Harbor, the actual harbor you're talking about, is a paddling crew down there. It's a canoe club, the Kauai Canoe Club, paddling club, and we're a part of it when we were about 18, my brother and I. And there was maybe 50 people there at the scene when we're just about to go out on the canoe and do our paddle run, and somebody noticed something in the sky, and we all looked at it, and it looked like a flying Christmas tree. It was amazing. Everybody couldn't explain what it was. It wasn't making any noise whatsoever, and it just stayed there for a while, and it glimmered like a flying Christmas tree, and then it just slowly hovered off. We tried to race it to the phone and started to call in to the police or emergency to report this thing. We had people with binoculars in on it, people that were fishermen from the area that have studied the seas forever, have never seen anything like this. So it was about approximately the size of 2 automobiles is what I was thinking. So it was pretty quite large. And, yeah, Kauai High is a hot spot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wondered. I just thought there might be something going on over there with manipulation of the climate. So, it seems really interesting that there's different formations of the clouds and stuff up above Mauna Kea recently, and so I thought maybe you had heard.
There was a major lightning storm just in our area. I don't know if you got to see the video where we want to chase. Well, it's not the smartest thing in the world, but we're looking for ball lightning while a lightning storm was happening. And that some people said that CERN was trying to get me, or the Thor was trying to get me with their bolts of lightning. It was close, and I could feel that. It was. Don't do that, people. Run out to chase lightning bolts. Bad idea.
All right. Very interesting.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for calling in. Let's get to the next caller. Let's get to, there's a lot of callers in tonight. People want to ask questions and share stories. It's awesome. Area code 360, you're live, third phase of Moon.
Yes?
Yeah, you got a UFO sighting you want to report? Hello. Yeah,
no, I'm just listening again.
Oh, just listening. All right. Well, stand by. There's always the link you can listen to on the radio show. We got to keep the lines open so people could share and disclosure. Appreciate listening, though. That's important. The callers are lining up, so we want to get everybody's testimony in this Friday night, Third Phase Moon Radio 702. Thanks for calling in. Tell us, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hello?
Hello. Yep.
Blake?
Welcome to the show. This is Blake.
Hello, Blake. This is Richard Elliott. I emailed you earlier this week from Vegas.
Hey, Richard. From Las Vegas.
I sent you an email about that thing that I saw.
Yeah, absolutely. What'd you see?
But this is the interesting thing is because I wasn't the only one that saw it. Unfortunately, I got one picture. But the fascinating thing is, my wife and I are driving. It's the middle of the afternoon in Las Vegas on a Saturday. Clear blue skies, perfect vision. I'm stuck in traffic. Alongside the road I'm on, up at the top of the west of Las Vegas, is a mountain range, not very high. I look over, I see what I thought at first was a balloon. I looked at my wife, I says, do you see this? What is this? It's as if someone just stuck it up there. It's not blowing like a balloon. It's not moving like something blowing in the wind. So I take a quick picture of it because part of it starts to move. And then another part starts to move. It's no bigger than like a large bicycle. And I look to my right because my wife says, well, let's turn around and have a look at it. So I flip a U-turn, and sure enough, there's a police officer watching the same thing. So I talk to the police officer. He tells me that he's responding to a call from dispatch from a commercial pilot that says at one point this thing was at an altitude where it was threatening incoming traffic into the McCarran Airport in Las Vegas. He had been following it for about 3 or 4 miles down the road. Blew me away.
Yeah, I know. That's what got me when he emailed me this information, along with the pictures. First of all, the pictures, really, they don't reveal too much. I do remember the craft is unusual, but then when you say that this motorcycle cop is chasing this, and he's been watching whatever it is, now that's when you're getting corroborating evidence that something unusual just happened.
You definitely feel like well, I saw something, like I told you in the email, I saw something when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and the fascinating thing is that thing also was corroborated by law enforcement and commercial pilots that saw it. But this thing, because we were close enough, you could tell the way it was moving, it was very methodical. It wasn't something blowing in the wind. It's like this thing was just sitting in the sky, stuck, motionless. And then it would turn to the left, turn to the right. Another part of it would turn back and forth. And then the police officer tells me, well, I've called in air support. I'm thinking, great, we got a chopper coming. And
Nice.
as if this thing knew, it starts to drift further west at about a 45-degree angle, not at any great speed, but just casually moving up to where it's getting smaller and smaller. We're losing focus. He cancels the air support. And this thing's going towards a mountain range, which I don't know where it was going, west towards Red Rock Canyon, which is at the top of the valley of Las Vegas. But this thing was no bigger than a large bike or motorcycle because we were close enough to see. It wasn't a drone like somebody would buy from a store. There was no flat surfaces where there would be like these fans. This thing was metallic. It was a solid. I just never seen anything like it before. And the way this thing moved, it was really fascinating. And I'd seen on the internet, I'd seen stuff on Third Phase. People have posted where they have seen, smaller craft that they think are drones or something that's not manned. And that was the only conclusion I could come up with. That I had no idea what else this would be. This was definitely not a drone from Earth anyway. From here, there's no way. The cop was specifically looking for someone controlling this thing as he was driving. He told me he was looking for someone in a car, maybe controlling a drone. And when he says to me, there's nobody controlling this thing from here, he had no idea what it was. He had no explanation.
The police officer said, what again?
The police officer came to the conclusion. He said, I was looking for someone controlling this thing, maybe from a car, because this is off a street here. Eventually, when he started chasing this thing, it was in major intersections. So where we got to the point where I saw it was over a mountain. But for that time frame, those miles of him following this thing, he was specifically looking for somebody in the car, maybe controlling a drone, just being mischievous, causing trouble.
Yeah, Richard. You got to send me these photos again. I'm looking in my emails. I just see that you just emailed me, so you got my email. So that's great. So resend those photographs. We're going to put them on the show tonight. It's going to be really cool when people get to. This is real time, and Richard just called in. It's the first time we've ever spoken with each other, and we're going to break news right now, and that's what Third Phase News is all about.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been following you for a while, and I appreciate you getting back to me in such a quick fashion, man. I really appreciate it. It's definitely it's good for the general public to know that someone's going to respond so quickly when we don't understand what we're seeing.
Yeah, that's what we try and do, and appreciate you making contact, because it's people like you, Richard. But what I wanted to do is, I know you made contact a few days ago, and you saw the pictures, so we're just kind of sitting on them, because I wanted you to call in on the show and hear your side of the story first. So that's really cool.
I'm going to look for the article about the thing I saw when I was a kid, and if I can find that, my dad had that article from when I was 7 or 8, when that disc was falling on us down Mount Charleston. If I can find that article, I will copy it and send it to you.
Let me ask you about the police officer himself, because at that point, you're in basically the desert, out in the middle of nowhere, see. And
Yeah.
now you've just seen something you can't explain. What was the attitude about? Did you guys have a bonding of some sort?
I did. I talked to the police officer. He was definitely fascinated with what he was looking at, and he told me blatantly he had no idea what it was. He could not grasp what it was. He didn't know. He had no idea. I wish I got his card.
Yeah. What police department was he? What was the police department? I was going to ask you. Did you get his badge number, his name?
No, it's Metropolitan Police Department in Las Vegas. It's Metropolitan Police Department. Obviously, you saw in the picture was a motorcycle officer. Where we were is at the very top of the city. There's nothing else. You're looking at a mountain. If you were behind me looking the other way, you'll be looking over the entire city of Las Vegas. I live at the very top of the valley. But yeah, I didn't get a badge number. I was so stunned and astonished at what I was looking at, trying to wrap my head around it. I wish I was more conscious enough to get this badge number or get his card or get his name. I was just floored at what I was looking at in the first place. And the fact that the police officer was dumbfounded. He didn't know what it was. And the fact that he was responding from a call from a commercial pilot just blew me away.
That's what's so amazing about people having their eyes open and having the sense to just document in its own self, photographs, asking questions, and finding out, investigating what you did. You wanted to find out what you saw. So we're going to put the pictures out. And if anybody else saw this, what was that?
There was a video that I saw because I Googled to see if there was anybody else put anything up from September 19th in Las Vegas UFO. There was a quick video on Google, actually on YouTube, of a guy that said he had a video of like a minute and 45 seconds of like 5 objects that he said he saw, but you can't see him in the video. So I don't know if it's the same thing I saw. I don't know if it's, there's a lot of people out there that, make crap up for attention. I don't know what it was. But, that'd be great. I hope someone hears this and if they saw this out here while it rates the story. That would be great if someone else had other pictures. It was so close. It blew me away.
I'm sure once we get the word out, and it's going to be seen by tens of thousands of people within 24 hours. So we hope that we could help in a little bit of disclosure, which I think we just did right now. Richard, hey, appreciate you calling into the show, sharing your photographs, man.
Absolutely, I will do. Blake, thanks for taking the time.
No problem.
I really appreciate
Thank you. Wow, that was Richard